I'm going to be talking about fire safety. To start, you need to find a safe place for your fire circle. It's best to keep a bucket of water or sand handy just in case something goes wrong, because that way you won't have to rush to a water source and come back to a raging inferno. The safest place for a fire is a place with nothing flammable around. No dried grass, no sticks, no trees. Preferably just plain dirt. So dig your small fire pit and then position large stones around it to block the flame from spreading. And you have it. It's best to make sure there's no overhanging branches that the sparks could fly up to and burn. And also pay attention downwind, because the wind can blow sparks quite a distance. To find local fire regulations, just a simple internet search works. For example, I live in Wyoming, so I'd search Wyoming fire regulations. Now I'll talk about unsafe clothing and behavior. You might wonder why I'm wearing this big baggy coat. Because this is an example of unsafe clothing. It can swish around when you're walking by. It can touch the fire and start burning. In addition, unzipped coat jackets are dangerous because when you tend the fire, they can droop down into the flames. A scarf is another danger because it can droop down, and even long hair can be dangerous. Although I can't demonstrate that because I'm a boy. Now, unsafe behavior. Running, jumping, or even leaning back in a chair can all be dangerous behavior around a fire, because one false move could lead to you falling into the flames. If you get set on fire, then the best way to put it out is stop, drop, and roll. I can't really demonstrate it because I'm on concrete and that would be painful, but luckily people don't generally build fires on concrete. Other ways you can put it out is dump a bucket over your head. Good thing this doesn't have water in it. Or use a jacket or blanket or even sand to smother the flames. Now that I've taught you how to put out fires, I'll teach you how to start them. You can use matches as one way to start one. Just grip your thumb close to the tip, not far away, because then it'll snap when you strike it. And do a quick stroke, and you have a fire. Don't hold it straight down, because then the fire will creep up the match and burn you. If you're lighting a fire, it's generally best to hold it horizontal, because you can't hold it vertical, and if you hold it straight down, then the fire will creep up and burn you. Once you're finished, just blow it out, and then douse it in water, or drop it in the fire pit with the other sticks. There are many kinds of lighters, such as cigarette lighters, that have the fire close to your finger, but a better option is an Aim-A-Flame. Just push the safety and pull the trigger, and you have a fire. Release them, and it will go out. Once you're finished with your fire and are ready to put it out, you can use buckets, shovels, or rakes. For a bucket or a cup of water, you can just dump it down on the fire, making sure to spread evenly, because one massive dump can wash the coals out, setting other things on fire. And you can also use sand or dirt to smother the flames instead. That's another thing you can use shovels for, because with a shovel you just scoop and lay dirt over the fire, making sure you do it evenly and put it out. And then you can also use rakes. Just rake the coals around and spread them out so they're not one big hot mass, and then rake dirt or sand over them. Just make sure you're not raking any pieces of grass or leaves or sticks in, because then you'll only be feeding the flames, literally. Once you think you have the fire out, try making sure that it's out. Feel the area for heat, and if you can't touch the ground where the fire was without getting burned, then the fire's not out well enough and you need to keep working on it. When you're finished putting the fire completely out, then if you made the fire circle yourself and it's not just one at a campground, then you need to fill in the pit, move the rocks, and make it look like you were never there. As Smokey the Bear says, only you can prevent forest fires.